Are you a maverick? A question for you. For most of us, the word maverick conjures up the image of a cowboy or an outlaw, living on his wits and fighting against that unjust system. They share characteristics: the ability to take risks, independence of mind, clarity of thought and focus. It is increasingly acknowledged that maverick characteristics are key for success in business life. Mavericks are innovative and courageous, and indeed not afraid to risk trying something new. We all have, believe it or not, some maverick blood in us. Let it flow and see where it takes you. Be a maverick in some area of your own life. You might even like it. There are those of us who always plays by the rules and are happy to do so. We like knowing what the structure is, what our role is, and what negotiation space that we have. That's okay. We are on that path taken by a majority and learn how to deal with both the positives and the negatives of that. Then there are those among us who are mavericks, people who take nothing for granted, who challenge the rules and regulations because they want to do things differently. And you know what? That's okay too. Now, as a maverick myself and a rebel, I question everything, even if it works. This is because a lot of the time, I honestly believe things can be done better by taking a different approach. Mavericks have the same goals as everybody else. It's just that they take less travelled or previously unexplored routes. This can cause friction, of course, with the upholders of the established order who mightn't like having the rules and orders they created, of course in good faith, more often than not being challenged by those whom they may perceive as outsiders. Now, traditionalists may feel challenged and threatened by new approaches and just don't want to change. Now, breaking down the old systems in any organisation can be painful for everyone, and both mavericks and the established order are well served by taking cognizance of what the other is trying to achieve. It can be a lonely road being a maverick, let me assure you. When we are outsider or mavericks in families, teams, communities or businesses, we don't have the support that insiders have. But the positive side of that, we don't have the restrictions either. We can use the freedom of the space to experiment and think outside the box. There may be huge pressure to conform when we pose a challenge to the status quo. However, when we believe that we have made that breakthrough to a new and better way of doing something, or that the existing rules have become exclusive rather than inclusive, then change is needed. This is the time when we must remain courageous and maintain that self-belief we have. We need to acknowledge any vulnerability we may have, address them, and then forge ahead, having ensured, and this is very important, that we have the skills and the knowledge needed to achieve what we set out to achieve. We should all be ready to discard the old beliefs when they no longer serve us and are in fact impeding on our progress, the team's progress and our community's progress, or indeed the workplace progress. Let me tell you a story. In 1986, I went broke and I needed to restructure my business. At the time, I adopted a maverick approach. When I was trying to trade out of my own financial ruin, I had just done a deal with my bank, which had given me the license to sell my own sites to clients for me to build houses. This was the way they were going to get paid back. The country at the time was still in the grip of a recession, and my potential clients, had no chance of raising the deposit to secure the necessary loan from their building society or bank to buy the house. This would in turn leave me not selling any houses. So what did I do? I set up a loan company under the government regulations within my own group of companies, and I loaned the deposits to the clients directly from the potential profits of the house that I was selling. In the first 4 months in 1986, I lent, which was a lot of money then, £150,000 of money that I didn't have, and I got repayments on them straight away, including interest from my clients. I then gave them a letter stating that they had secured the 10% deposit for their house. The letter ensured that the building society or the bank would loan them the balance of the money to allow them to purchase their house. The client would repay me the money that I had lent them, and everybody was happy. Now, without this deposit, these people had no chance of getting their own homes. And with the recession, they didn't have any hope of securing any loan from any traditional institution. Well, what I did at the time, I took the Maverick route and solved the problem for both the home buyer and my company. Bringing the Maverick approach to business is often what helps businesses survive and thrive, especially in difficult times, thinking outside the box. There is times in all of our lives that we should look at being a maverick ourselves. Well, that's it for today. That's what it's like to be a maverick. Are you a maverick? So thank you, and I do hope to see you on my next video blog. Pat Falvey, the Accidental Rebel. And just remember, you have the power.